Hey, it's Rob with Android.com, and I'm here with 3 of Sprint's brand new phones. We've got the LG Optimus S, the Sanyo Zio, and the Samsung Transform. I want to start with my personal favorite of the 3, which is the Optimus S. And actually, we were just asked, what does this phone remind us a little bit of? And if you look at it, that's probably why I like it so much. It's just got a really natural feel in your hand. You see these 4 dedicated buttons at the bottom, the Android buttons, and you can see them switch between the optical that you see now, or hardware, and a lot of this is personal preference of what you like, you know, the home menu, back, and search key. But the hardware buttons, they just feel really good. They're the right size. They've got the clicky feel to them. The silver outline to them looks pretty great. It looks a little bit like the HTC Hero, but I think this phone in itself is awesome because it has the look and feel of like a really kind of high-end handset, and it's only $50 when it launches on Sprint on October 31st, Halloween. So this is more of a treat than a trick because you think it would be pretty expensive. You've got the camera here, which I believe is 3 megapixels. Right, 3.2 megapixel camera. You've got the 3.5 millimeter headset jack on the top, the on/off key, or the sleep button. It runs a 600 megahertz processor, and it runs Android 2.2, which is a really nice touch, especially for a phone that's only $50. You expect that it's, you know, a little of the cheaper phone. Maybe it's running Android 2.1, like you see a lot of devices launching now. So really cool that it's running Android 2.2 and already perfectly up to date. The battery's 1500 milliamp battery, and one of the cool features of this phone, especially at the $50 price point, is that it has Sprint ID, which if you're new to Android and you're new to smartphones, you wonder, where do I start? What do I do? What do I need to download? How do I get through the market? There's 80,000 apps. I'm lost. You know, what do I do here? This little button here that's like an I connected to a D, that is Sprint ID. And what it is it's kind of like a starter pack for your Android phone. So if you press on it, you come up with a few different options. You've got My ID, Entertainment, and these are kind of packs that give you pre-installed applications. And you know, we know a lot of different customized versions of Android. You know, you see HTC Sense, you see Motorola Blur, but this is cool because it gets out of the way. If you go to the home screen, you can see it's just a stock version of Android pretty much. The only real difference is this ID in the bottom. And so let's go ahead and just change the experience here to, let's try the entertainment one. And it should load it up, and it's kind of like theming your phone out of the box, but it's you don't have to do anything. So once you switch, and you can see it will, if I can work this with my left hand, and apparently I can't. There we go. So we've got launcher, says Shazam, Handmark, and you can see YouTube at the top. On the last page there was Pandora. So it customizes the experience for E-Online, Fandango, launcher. This is IMDb, TMZ, you've got Tweetcaster. So pretty much it's saying, you know, you want an entertainment phone. That's what you really want to get out of your Android phone, is you want to use it more for entertainment. Choose the entertainment setting, and now look, you've already got all these options pre-installed. Otherwise, if you don't know Android too much, you might have been looking around the market for all these various applications, searching for what the best apps are. And that's kind of the idea behind Sprint ID, is to introduce basic people who have no clue of what Android is, you know, haven't used a smartphone before, and really take them and teach them the process. It really does, as I said, get out of the way, because you can still go to the market, download what apps you want. Besides the Sprint ID, it's a pretty organic Android experience, and you can change it how you want. Add apps, delete apps, even remove apps that are within, you know, that particular Sprint ID. So Sprint ID I think is really cool. Maybe not for the high-end user, for the Android, the knowledgeable Android user, but definitely for beginners. You might want to check out this. Check out this phone in particular because it's only $50. It's not incredibly high-powered, but it has the main multimedia features you're going to need and you're going to want. And it's just got a great feel, great size, just all around a pretty great handset. So this is the LG Optimus S, launching on Sprint for $50 on October 31st. We've also have these 2 phones here, which Sanyo Zio, and you may hear people pronouncing it differently, and it's probably partly my fault because I can't seem to get it straight. But the end button here will light the phone up, and again you'll see the Sprint ID in the bottom right hand corner next to the menu icon. Just a quick run through the specs here. It's running Android 2.1, 3.5 inch screen like the Optimus S. It's got a 600 megahertz processor, 3.2 megapixel camera on the back, and it's got a 1130 milliamp battery. This actually launches in, what day is today, the 7th or 8th? Sunday. So it launches Sunday, and this will be $100 on contract. The last phone we have over here is the Samsung Transform. We showed you guys this in a previous video, and the big thing here is it's got this slide out keyboard, which for people texting or doing a lot of emailing, it's great because you can type and also see what you're typing at the same time, or if you're in different fields. But this is $150, and for it's again for a slide out keyboard, this is the pretty typical experience you get. But again, for people who are new to Android, this is great because it has Sprint ID, which, you know, for me, I probably wouldn't need, but for people just starting with Android, it's a great option. So don't be deterred by people who are maybe the experienced Android users saying, I don't want it. If you're new to Android, it's great, and if you aren't, it's just this one little button that doesn't really get in the way, so it's non-obtrusive. Again, this is the LG Optimus S, the, how do I say it? Sanyo Zio. Zio. There we go. And the Samsung Transform, all available on Sprint. Thanks a lot, everybody.